Introducing Anthology of Chaconia Creations, a brand new children's book written by myself, Jason J. Wattley, with illustrations by Jan Michael Vincent Tsai. Available now. Hi, I'm Jason J. Wattley, author of the Anthology of Chaconia Creations, an anthology of short stories geared towards young readers from elementary to high school age. Each story was written to inspire and inform. It begins with a bedtime story and ends with how we capture sound. Hope you enjoy. Okay guys, the first story I'll be reading to you today from Chaconia Creations is 3 Bubbly Bears. The story begins in a beautiful home set in the countryside at the top of a hill. Rolling hills surrounded the home with a sea of brightly colored flowers in the valley below. Each cool breeze carried the aroma of these sweet-smelling flowers. The home stood on an acre of spotless land with a picket fence that wrapped all the way around. A little girl named Sally lived in the countryside with her parents and 3 bubbly bears. Every summer, Sally and her parents would go away for a few weeks at a time. This summer was no different. Sally and her parents packed their bags, loaded up the car, and took off on a 2-week camping trip. Before leaving for the camping trip, Sally's parents made sure all the doors were locked, while Sally cleaned up her room. She put away all her toys, but left her favorite 3 bears on the top of her bed. The bears are named Harry, Barry, and Larry. After Sally and her parents drove off, all 3 bears came to life. To find out what happens next, this book can be purchased at this website. Okay guys, the next story I'll be reading to you today from the anthology is Hot Shots. And the story begins. In the backyard with Ray, Martha became more and more excited. "You know what?" she asked. "The coach is letting me try out a new position on the team. I'm a forward now. That job is very important. I can shoot the ball right into the back of the net and score lots of goals. I could be a real hotshot." Ray just listened and responded after a moment. "Ray, would you come and watch my soccer game today?" Martha asked. She tried to sound cheerful. Martha didn't want her brother to know she was concerned about him. "I guess I can," Ray said as he shrugged his shoulders. Martha was disappointed because he didn't seem very interested in her game. Ray had always been a good soccer player. Recently, he became a grouch, limping around the house and mumbling to himself. He couldn't play the game until his ankle was completely healed. Now, he didn't seem interested in anything. Martha approached her brother and asked, "Do you remember? You taught me how to play soccer. Maybe you could give me some tips on shooting." Ray nodded and said nothing. He glanced at his watch and saw it was almost game time and encouraged Martha to get ready. She put on her bright red team jersey with the name Eagles printed on the front in big white letters. It was a sunny, cool autumn day. The Eagles in first place were playing the Cardinals. Ray, coming to watch, Martha really wanted the Eagles to win. She wanted to hear Ray's thoughts about her new position. So she insisted, "As a forward, I could be a real hotshot." So Ray said, "A hotshot is good," he laughed. What happens when you have to cool off on the bench? To find out more of this story, this book can be purchased at this website. Okay guys, the next story you're going to hear from the Anthology of Chaconia Creations is Harmony from Steel. Did you know that only one musical instrument was created in the 20th century? That's right, a unique instrument developed on an exotic island the size of the state of Delaware. The authentic instrument is the steel drum, and the tropical island is Trinidad in the West Indies. Steel drums start off as 55-gallon oil barrels. When the barrels are no longer needed as oil containers, they are reborn. With extremely high temperatures, plenty of patience, and a hammer, these barrels are transformed into beautiful melody makers. These drums are struck with rubber-tipped hammers, and a player's touch can produce heavenly sounds. To find out more about this story, you can purchase this book at this website. Okay guys, and the final story you'll be hearing today from the Anthology of Chaconia Creations is Tonal Transformation. During the period of music's golden age, there was no internet or email available. Music came to life from the written page, composed and transcribed by miraculously talented men and women using the rudimentary instruments they were given. Now, with today's technology, music listening can be transformed from simple analog listening to a digitized mode of capturing sound. By using an iPod, flash drive, or MP3 player, we're able to store countless hours of mobile music. We can look back and recreate the sounds of an era when music was really magnificent. The beat goes on, while music and technology continues to evolve. To find out how this story ends, please buy this book and go to this website. Bye for now.